ARSENA here, and it's Carolina Music Month, and I've been celebrating all month long with WSGE 91.7 FM, which is an independent music station on the Gaston Community College campus. I dropped by for National Radio Day, and I thought I'd take you inside with me behind the scenes for a quick on-air interview and a special announcement that you can catch during the interview portion. Let's check it out and see what the state of public radio is like in this digital age.
WSGE Dallas Gastonia Charlotte, a broadcast service of Regan College and Street.
And good afternoon. Welcome to a very special Live at 5 throughout Carolina Music Month during August. We're doing Live at 5 here on WSGE, featuring some amazing Carolina artists whom we've recently met or you've been hearing for a while here on WSGE. Well, certainly somebody who is not a stranger to WSGE. That is ARSENA. How are you?
I'm good. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. It's so good to see you. First of all, thank you for an amazing performance just recently.
Thank
with the
you.
Carolina Music Month with Sam Birchfield. It was awesome.
It was. I had so much fun.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And Sam's so talented. And I've got to tell you, you as an opener, beautiful, perfect.
Thank you. It was a warm crowd, and I got to know Sam in the back, so it was a great time. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you have been busy. Let me go ahead and for those of you that don't know, ARSENA, alternative R&B, pop, soul-influenced singer, celebrated for heartfelt melodies, multi-instrumental artistry. Born in Pittsburgh, PA, raised in Charlotte, North Carolina, and your musical roots run deep. I never knew this, but your dad was the lead singer behind Dance to the Drummer's Beat back in 1978. That is awesome. I never knew that.
Yeah, I kind of kept that under wraps. He passed a couple of years ago, and that's one thing he always said, you need to use my background. And I just, I wanted to make it on my own, I didn't want to, but now that he's not here, I want to honor his legacy.
That's awesome. And that song particularly was used by icons like Michael Jackson and NWA. And as an independent artist, now you have toured internationally. You've earned endorsements. You've received a standing ovation from the master, the GOAT, Michael Jordan. And since you have been performing, now I saw you, gosh, I guess it's been 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
At a little coffee shop in Charlotte on South Boulevard, which is no longer there. And we had talked about that. So support local.
Yes, absolutely. So it sticks around.
Exactly.
It's not there anymore.
Exactly. Now, as far as being a singer-songwriter is concerned, we see obviously some of that inspiration coming from your father. What kind of led you want to pursue a musical career?
I think one of the things about my dad that we kind of didn't see eye to eye on was that I wanted to do it my own way. Mainstream, major label is just a completely different route than independent, pros and cons. And I think I was drawn to it more so if I could tell my story and create freely from my own authentic place,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you certainly have done that without a doubt. And, those who have listened to WSGE for a little while are certainly no strangers to your music, and we didn't get a chance to kind of talk about what songs you wanted to do in here this afternoon. And what do you want to do first? You tell me.
I was thinking my song Right on Time is a good starting song. It's about just trusting the process and knowing you'll get where you're going to get when you're supposed to, which as an independent artist is important because your path is going to look a little bit different. This year makes 13 years I've been doing this full time. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Now, you founded, before we get to the song and everything, you founded Dear Soul Music Company. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Dear Soul exists to resource independent artists. When I first started out, I did not find a lot of resources or support as an independent artist. And so I was able to use a lot of the business skills that I learned in college, apply it to music. And I found artists that would come to me and want to figure out my approaches. And so I started doing workshops within the community, consults, and just different resources to help them figure out how to do things. define success for themselves.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you are currently pursuing your MA in music business, really?
Yes,
That's
at
awesome.
Berkeley.
You go, girl. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Now, let's go ahead. Tell us the name of the song again, if you would.
Yes, so this is Right on Time, and this song came to me in a dream, and it's essentially just about trusting the process and knowing what's for you is for you. You'll get there right on time.
And you're listening to ARSENA right here on Live at 5 during Carolina Music Month on your independent music source, 91.7 WSGE.
Yeah, no way. Have you ever dared?
91.7 WSGE ARSENA, right on time. Man, that was right on time. What I'm talking about right there. Your independent music source. It's Live at 5 for Carolina Music Month. Charlotte artist ARSENA joining us. Your latest release is Five Sun, just came out earlier this year.
Yes, it did.
Tell us a little bit about that album.
Yeah, so I co-produced is the first project that I co-produce. I normally always have someone else produce, but I co-produced with Nick Natoli. He is an artist, musician, and producer in LA, and it's published by CTM Outlander. So it's my first published project that I didn't, self-publish. So really excited about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't seem too excited. That is awesome, man. So how was he to work with as a producer then?
He was great. We worked remotely. So it was my first experience where I'm not in the studio with the producer. And so he worked really quickly. He understood what I was looking for. And I really wanted to sample on each song a different topic, a different sound. I let my EPs be a chance to explore. And I commit to a certain sound for my albums. But EPs, I'm always usually all over the place. And so that's what we did. It was a great, great experience.
Awesome. And you did all the instrumentation on the album?
No. That was all Nick.
That was all Nick. Oh, okay.
I did all the dictating.
Oh, man. Hey, Nick, let's do this.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not yet. That's awesome. It's wonderful to see collaborations like that come together because you really see what kind of magic can be created with various ideas coming together like that,
Yeah.
And that's something else that you've been doing here recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of exploring, branching out, and playing with the other bands and that kind of thing. Tell us some of that.
I have been. It's a digital world right now. And so you see with my cameras I have here, I'm constantly recording and I'm on YouTube. I'm a YouTube junkie right now. And so I've been going into different places and just capturing what is it like to experiment with other bands? What is it like to just really explore the music business? And I take my camera with me. And so my latest collaboration was with Groove 8, a band in Charlotte. And yeah, that was a jazz funk band. So that's been really cool to experiment. Since I host an annual jazz concert series anyway, I thought, let me see what the, jazz heads are doing.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And I'll go ahead and kind of give everybody a little bit of a tease as well. She is going to be coming very, very soon and volunteering her time right here at WSGE. So that's awesome. Yeah, really looking forward to that. Well, what would you like to play next for us?
I think I'm going to play a sad song. This is going to be one. We talked about my dad. He heard this song. It was on my first album. He was not a fan of it when he found out what the topic was. But eventually we bridged that gap. I really wanted to process as a songwriter how his absence had affected me because music kind of was his forefront. He was constantly doing music and out and not present. And so I wrote a song called Elephant in the Room.
Elephant in the Room. This is ARSENA right here on Live at 5 for Carolina Music Month on 91.7 WSGE.
The elephant in the room.
91.7 WSGE. There's ARSENA with Elephant in the Room. Is that song featured on your new album?
It's on my first album, For My Artist Child.
Oh, For My Artist Child. Wow, that is going back quite a few
years. Yeah.
That was when everybody was first introduced to you here on WSGE.
Yes.
Now, your last album before Five Sun here was Evolution.
Yes.
Metamorphosis, the evolution of ARSENA. We played a few songs off of that one as well.
Awesome.
And tell us a little bit about that album, if you would, and how you think kind of you progressed through the years, album to album. How do you think you've grown as an artist and as a person, really?
I'm going to be honest with you. Metamorphosis, the evolution of ARSENA, is a fave of mine. It took the longest, so I'm most proud of it. I worked on it 2.5 years with Kurt Keys, and I was going through a lot. I was going through a divorce at that time. I had unexplained infertility, life was just kind of going crazy. Now today where I'm at, I'm engaged, I'm getting remarried, I'm going through IVF with my partner, we're starting a family, and so life looks completely different. But I use that album as therapy to really process a lot of the trauma that I had went through, and changes that I felt like I was experiencing entering my 30s, because what worked for me in my 20s, I realized in my 30s, I don't want that no more, you know? So a lot has changed.
We have an artist out of Colombia named Kashana, who is a musical therapist herself. And she spoke on and on about how music can help through various situations, and even working with those who have gone through those situations and writing the music, putting those thoughts and those feelings down on paper, and how it really is a healing process and helps to heal and helps kind of bring it to the forefront of something maybe in the back of your mind that you didn't know about. It really kind of helps you bring it to the forefront, and you can deal with it that way.
Yeah, you can. You process things. I find that my music, normally I'm speaking from a different place. You're kind of channeling your subconscious, and then also vibrationally, music just changes you. It's really healing in that sense. Even the vibrations from the guitar and all these things, it helps to soothe. It helps to ease some things. So I don't know where I would be if I did not have that album at that time working through that, because we were working on it as I was going through all these things.
Yeah. And speaking of vibrations from a guitar, that's a beautiful guitar, man. I love
Thank
that
you.
guitar. Tell us about it.
Her name is Terry.
Okay.
Short for territory, because electric guitar was new territory for me. So I said, let's call her Terry. And she's a D'Angelico. I went down to LA a few years ago, and I went into their D'Angelico room at this conference, and I thought, oh, I've got to get one of those. So during the pandemic, that's what I did.
Gotcha. Now when it comes to songwriting, obviously you started off on keyboards, correct? Piano.
I started off on guitar, and then I added piano. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I apologize. So, which do you prefer, one or the other, when it comes to songwriting, or just what inspires you?
It just depends on the sound that I'm trying to, accomplish. I say I play them well enough to write a song, and then when I go live, usually I have the band and the instrument, the musicians who love to geek out over, their instruments. And, for me, it's just writing the song and getting that expression out there. So it doesn't, there's not a preference. I've been playing guitar longer. But guitar is a tricky instrument. So once you learn one, you can learn many others. And keys, the keys are all laid out there, so it was pretty easy to pick up afterwards.
Right. Awesome. Now, do you have time for another one? You want to do one more?
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't want to ask too much up in here. Again, this is live at 5. You're listening to ARSENA right here on the Independent Artist Spotlight for Carolina Music Month, and just having a good time in here this afternoon, talking with a wonderful local artist who is going to be volunteering her time very soon here at WSGE. Yes. What do you want to play for us?
I think I'm going to do Gotta Be More from Evolution album.
Okay. And there truly is more than this. 91.7 WSGE ARSENA on live at 5. ARSENA, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Beautiful. Thank you. And you'll be hearing ARSENA very, very soon, I have no doubt, right here on WSGE. We're going to keep it going right here as we head home for your 5 o'clock hour on this Tuesday. Keep it going with a little bit of girl tones right now. And David Byrne on the way, some Mumford & Sons as well. Your independent music source, 91.7 WSGE. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wondering too, it seemed like I was only getting the crackle and static on that left channel for whatever reason.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know what.
I just decided to tune it out.
Yeah, I did too. But then I was listening. I was like, well, why is it only coming through on the left side?
On the left side.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mine was always.
Yeah. See. Like, oh,
my kids are I pull the camera out and do this.
Thumbs up.
My son especially, yeah, he's always like thumbs up. I'm like, okay.
It's my son Mark, just dropped him off at college recently. And every time he smiles, it's that toothy smile that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can you not just smile normal? He's like, this is normal. What are you talking about?
I'm happy.
Yeah, so what did you end up doing?
I think he went direct into the amp.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah,
but my amp was giving a little crackle
to
today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I thought.
It sounded a little low.
The amp, the guitar?
Just overall.
Oh.
I mean, it was fine. I think only I noticed it because of
you sure?
my acute awareness of on air.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
no, I wanted to sound
good. There's a difference in here, too, when you've got the instrument in front of you. Even though you've got headphones on, it still kind of sounds louder than it is over the
Could have done a
headphones.
little more volume.
Okay.
Oh, man.
But we
Keep
can
that
fix
in
it in the
mind.
post.
Post.
Okay.
Crank it up and put
Where does the post go?
on we have a little
Oh,
podcast
online on the
on
website.
stream.
Oh,
It's
podcast.
kind of varied, but I can send you the link and you can share it.
Yeah, I will,
Can't tell
because
from
I'm
this.
this little clip.
I often think that behind the scenes of radio would be a very cool thing to do, but we just don't have any capacity.
Yeah.
For that. I think kids would love it, because there's this younger generation. They're not used to having physical copies of music. They've grown up with devices and it's all digital and
to them.
So, when they get in a space like this and they see the equipment that makes it happen, they're just like,
what? Yeah.
And so I think it would be really interesting and you can make it cool for kids. We're actually talking about doing a summer camp next summer.
Okay, I used to run a summer camp. This was the
Awesome.
first summer we didn't have here because of funding changes. We didn't have the funding. We didn't get the grant that funds it.
It's weird though. Our listeners are skewed a little bit older.
Right.
And so
Stop that from recording.
So they're still tuning in. Yeah.
they're still tuning in here.
That's good.
We get a lot on streaming,
Mm-hmm.
especially on the weekends. And we're starting to get more during the week during AAA.
Okay.
But
Doing triple.
AAA is what we do, rock, rhythm, and blues from
Okay.
7 a.m. until
Okay.
7.
Yeah, I'm curious about the demographics and all those things.
Yeah, I mean, we're really a 40s and up
Okay.
listener right now.
That's
Radio
good.
in general is starting to grow younger audiences.
Okay.
Really? A little. Very, very tiny bit.
It must be like the, I don't know, hipster kids.
Well, I think there's a little very tiny movement that's kind of like no phones, don't want to do that. They're disconnecting.
Is it
a
the
little
parents? It's their choice?
bit. I don't know, but schools are starting to ban phones.
Oh, I didn't know
now.
that.
Like for me, I feel like we have so much potential in I'm 45, so my age
Yeah.
is where I'm kind of thinking this is where we need to introduce people because they're familiar with radio, they
Right.
have the nostalgia of it from their youth.
Yes.
They have ventured into streaming, but they still appreciate
Yeah.
this, and we can
They
capture
still
them before
respect
they
the-
go into their. They haven't been.
So you can't do any video streaming? Because I feel like that's what would get them, the college kids
the
at
college
least.
kids. We can do it in the station. It just no music. I think is what we have to be careful of.
Okay.
But I need to go back and if we have like a specific project we want to look at, which is what we did with the podcast. I didn't even know can we do on demand?
Right. So you have a podcast. That's
Yeah.
the same thing,
And
pretty
we
much.
can do on demand.
All right, that's a wrap on today's video, guys. I want to thank WSGE for having me. I'll, of course, bring you guys with me behind the scenes when I start training to do the on-air announcing. And I want to know in the comments, what are your thoughts on public radio? Let me know. All right, until next time.